What's up, everybody? My name is Parker Immense.
My name is Danny Ferrari.
And we are Excellent Sound. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to be going over a quick tip to improve your mixes from back in the day, from the boomers.
Just the tips.
Just the tips.
Just to see how it feels.
It feels great.
It feels great.
Or it might not feel good.
Might not feel good.
We're going to talk about that in a little bit.
The boomer mix tips, bro, coming in hot.
Yeah, we're not boomers, but we use some of their techniques.
I'm a boomer. I'm like 60 years old.
Danny's got lots of kids, dude.
Yeah, if you guys like this too, I don't know, I think it'll be kind of a fun series for us to try either like new mixing techniques and teach you some cool stuff like this. Just quick tips, just to see how it feels. And you know, we can do like a whole series. So comment down below if you guys like this. And also too, make sure you subscribe, like the video.
Yes, and before we begin, I want to talk about this Friday. This
Woo!
Friday, we have a brand new video coming out. It's a remake.
Deadmau5 in Res Hypnocurrency. So it's going to be a big smash.
It is a huge video. Everybody and their sister has been telling us to remake this, and we finally did. So get ready for this Friday. Stay tuned, 2 p.m.
And also, we are announcing a new pack on Friday too.
Yes, it is. It's a major one, you guys.
Two reasons to tune in. Sick, banger video, and of course, you know, we got a pack announcement that we're real excited about.
It's going to be super huge. Let's jump into this video. So, Danny, you're pretty familiar with pink noise before, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've tried this technique before, and I'll get into that later, but I actually don't know what the difference is between pink noise and white noise. Is there a brown noise?
There is a brown noise. It's when you hear something, you just shit your pants right there.
Shit your pants.
You just shit your pants. What we are going to be going over in this video, we are going to be talking about what is pink noise, and then I'm going to show you how to mix with pink noise as a reference, and then we're going to talk about if it worked or not. So those three things, we're just going to be hitting them right on the dot. So first things first is, what is pink noise? Pink noise is literally just noise. It sounds like this. Now everybody at home is like, what the fuck is this shit?
Sounds like trash.
It sounds like trash, dude. But the main key component about pink noise is that it is equal energy across every octave. Now, what does that mean, Parker? It means that we perceive different frequencies at different loudnesses. So we all have perceived volume. All of our ears are different. So they're very similar in a lot of ways, but low frequencies, high frequencies, mid-level frequencies, they all are loud to our ears at different volumes. So pink noise equals out all of those frequencies. So for example, you know, if we did a 6 dB boost at 5K, it's going to sound way louder than if we were doing a 6 dB boost at 80 hertz. Does that make sense, Danny?
Yeah.
So the reason for that is just because low frequencies are very large wavelengths, and it's harder for our ears to hear those kind of stuff. So you have to boost those louder to make them the same energy level as higher frequencies. So the cool thing about pink noise is that they're all equal. So if you look right here on the EQ curve, let me pull this guy up, down, you can see down here, the low frequencies are louder than the high ones over here because we perceive these high frequencies as louder than low. So they have to boost them up.
Sounds the same.
Exactly. So they're equal energy across the octave board. So that brings us into mixing with pink noise. Now, this is a boomer trick. I have to say it. We got to say it. Now, you know, I pride myself, and I think Danny prides himself as being forward thinking. We always like trying new techniques. The cool thing about me and Danny is that we take these boomer techniques and we put a modern spin on them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay? And, you know, we both went to school for audio. I went to Citrus College in West Covina, and they taught me all the boomer techniques. And it was,
I bet they did.
It was fucking awesome. It was great, you know, and I had that perception of audio going into EDM. I have a very different way of thinking about audio. And you went to Icon.
Yeah, which is super like more modern and
yeah,
shit.
it's way more modern. Did they talk about kind of this kind of stuff? More scientific,
they
like
kind of
audio?
taught about it, yeah. I mean, I heard about this. Some people might have seen a video on this before, but I think what's cool is we're going to try to show you the real life sort of application of really using this, I think, and the way that I've used it to help me get better at mixing. Not just like make my mix better, but like get better at mixing.
So yeah, so first things first, when we're mixing with pink noise, you have to download a pink noise file. I did some research and I found the best file right here. If you go on YouTube and you just search in pink noise, like high quality, they're not all the same. So just be very careful of that. Another thing too is I opened up Serum, and in the noise oscillator, I picked pink noise, but it is not true pink noise.
It's bullshit pink noise.
Yeah, it's bullshit pink noise in Serum. This is the most important part. If you don't have the correct pink noise file, then your whole reference mix is going to be totally off.
Yeah, we're gonna have this in the download description for you.
Yeah, so we're gonna give this one away for you. There are some synths that have pink noise in them, but just be careful. Like I said, Serum is not true pink noise, so just be careful. Do your research. Go online. The whole technique about mixing with pink noise is you are going to be playing this sound file at the same time that you are going to be bringing up your levels. Now, if you got like a brand new mix, this is a little bass house banger.
A slapper that you created.
It's a fucking slapper, dude. But when you're starting your gain structuring, you want to put all of your faders at the lowest it can go, and you're gonna wanna bring them slowly up. So if we were just doing this without pink noise, we're just gonna press play, and we're gonna slowly bring stuff in. So, you know, we don't want to be peaking, so we'll bring it down like here. So we got the kick. Now we could bring in like all of our other elements very slowly.
Like, is there a master on
this? Is just getting your gain structure
no, I'm saying,
right.
Is there a master on the
No,
master?
there's nothing on the master yet. We're gonna go over that a little bit later.
Cool.
Now, what I really like to do is I like to start with the kick because it's a really nice anchor. It's a very powerful sound to start your mix off, and I like to put my mix around the drums.
Yeah, kick is...
You love loud drums, I love loud drums. Hopefully we all love loud drums, because fuck, it's very important. Once you have an anchor, then you can go on and you can reference all of your sounds to this kick. Now, with pink noise, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing that exact thing, but we're going to be playing the pink noise at 0. It feels funny at first, and you kind of have to just put your faith in the pink noise. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird. You're just going to be listening to noise and pulling faders up. But I'm going to show you how to do it. We're going to do it pretty quick, and then we're going to do a time lapse for all of the other sounds. It shouldn't take too long.
And people sleep on like how important levels are. Like levels, like just having the correct leveling in your mix can really, really improve it. Like insanely amounts just by choosing the correct levels. Like I've heard people's mixes, and this is a great tip to help you get to that point to start getting your ear sort of trained. I'll share an experience too once you get this.
Yeah, so I printed a pre-mix of what I did before with our mastering chain on. We're going to A/B what this is compared to what our mix sounds like with pink noise.
So the first one was not mixed with pink noise.
Correct. I took all the EQs off, I took all the compressors off, all of that stuff, so it's strictly gain. So this technique is to be done before you EQ, before you compress, before everything. This is strictly for volume levels. We're going to start with our kick. I'm going to play some pink noise, and we're going to gradually bring in the sound, and I'm going to be talking over it. We're just going to try it out. All right, here we go. So now you're just going to want to hear the kick just a little bit, and then you're going to want to pull it back to where you can barely hear it. Which that's pretty crazy. We're at like -20 for the kick. Like that's pretty insane. And then we're gonna go on to the next one. We're gonna mute this, and we're gonna go to the next one. So you want to hear it first. I bump it up all the way, and then I kind of pull it back down to where I barely hear it. It's perceived volume. So remember, the theory behind this is everything is equal in pink noise, no matter what the frequency range is. So you are A/Bing the sound into that. Now we got our kick and clap. We're going to mute that. We're going to keep going. Percussion. And now for the synths. So these are all at 0. I'm just going to pull them all up at the same time. And now let's get the sub. Okay, cool. And the last is vocals. Okay, cool. So that's the last element. So now is the reveal. Danny, what do you think it's gonna be? Is it gonna be cool or is it not gonna be cool?
I think it's gonna be quiet.
Yeah.
You probably want to put a utility on, but I don't know. We'll see. I think it's gonna sound good. I think it's gonna be a good starting point.
Yeah. Right before I press play, there's nothing on the master. You can also do this in mono if you wanted to. You know, me and Danny, we only check in mono. We don't really mix in mono. We just check it just to make sure that there are no problems. Let's listen to this and then let's put our master chain on it and see how it compares to the previous version.
Levels are pretty good.
It's pretty good. So let's do readout meter. So very quiet. We're at like minus 22.
Unacceptable.
Which is very unacceptable.
That's a boomer level right
there.
there.
This is definitely a boomer level. Let's hear how it sounds with our master chain on it.
Yeah.
The bass is a little weird. Do you hear how the sub is a little louder than it should be? Do you think? If
play it again? I think it's fine.
You think it's fine?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is...
But that's preference. That's where taste comes into play.
Exactly. So that is mixing with pink noise, and then here is without pink noise. It's definitely louder.
We should give it a real...
Yeah.
We should put the utility on the master and turn up to the same level, or lower that one.
Yeah. So let's check this one out first. So this one's at minus 10.
Minus 10 with doing the pink noise?
Minus 10 with doing pink noise
wow.
and our master blaster, which is pretty good. Minus 6. Okay, so that's an easy fix. We can just go into our utility on our master, pull this up 6, and then it should be the same. It doesn't have the same flavor. Pink noise? No pink noise. So that's pretty cool. I mean,
yeah, you didn't have to really do. I mean, they sound actually pretty similar.
Yes, there's a little bit more color and flavor on this one,
yeah.
Because I think we're pushing the limiter and the master a little bit more on that.
Yeah, that's for sure a reason.
But I mean, dude, mixing with pink noise.
Yeah.
That is a really great technique to getting your reference sounds.
And I think like what's cool for me is like, this isn't necessarily like something that you have to always do, but I definitely recommend doing it like 2 or 3 times, because that's what I did. Is like I was like, oh, let me try this thing out, and I had my own song that I had mixed, and I did the same thing. I'm like, all right, let me try this pink noise bullshit and see if it works and does a good job. And what it did was it brought it to a very, very good starting place where I was like, oh, okay, well, let me just turn this up, and then you make your adjustments from there. It's not just like go to what the pink noise is, but you'd be surprised, especially for a lot of newer producers, how leveling really understand what certain things should be leveled wise. And this is a good way to get your ear training. And like I said, it only took me like 3 or 4 times, and like I don't mix with pink noise anymore. Yeah. But it gave me that good foundation to be like, okay, cool, I got this. And then like now, like I would say, okay, now we have everything sounds perfectly volume-wise. The volume of each other sounds exactly where they should be. I can hear everything. That's the most important thing. But then you can go back in and be like, all right, I like my kicks loud, or I like, you were saying the sub's a little loud, so maybe you would turn that down personally.
Exactly.
I think another thing too is like if you are going to be putting it into a master like we were doing, I think for sure I think what you can do is you can select all the individual tracks and then bring them up too.
Together.
Yeah, together, or put like utility on, maybe just like we have here, you could put the utility on before it hits the master.
Mm-hmm. A big thing for me when I started producing and mixing was literally finding the anchor that brings everything together. Like I couldn't grasp the concept of where should my kick be? Like, should it be at 0? Should it be at minus 3? Should it be at minus 6? Like I had all this audio knowledge of like dBs and frequencies and pink noise and all this stuff, but I was like, where should I start for my kick? And like this definitely trained me into figuring out what things are supposed to sound.
Yeah.
How things are supposed to sound good. So I think this is a super helpful technique for you guys. And I think that you should also be practicing mixing without pink noise. So starting with an anchor point, whether it be a kick, whether it be your sub, if you really like the sound of where your sub is and you want to mix your drums into the sub, that's a cool technique too. But me and Danny, we always start with drums. If your mix is all over the place and you got to start over, bring your faders down, slowly bring them up. You don't need pink noise. You can do it with pink noise if you want, but you can bring stuff in and slowly get the mix going. How the boomers did it, and that's how we do it, dude.
Yeah.
So that is mixing with pink noise. I mean, what do you think? Would you use this now? Do you
Personally
think
now?
Personally now, like not if you were anybody else, but if you're Danny Ferrari.
I'll tell you what, it is a nice thing to have this in your tool bag to, let's say you are having a hard time with your mix. Maybe sometimes it's like bring it back to basics and use this technique. That's where I would see myself using it personally. I think over time, your ear is like, people ask about secrets of mixing and all this stuff like that.
Yeah.
Your ears are muscles. So it's like fucking, like you're doing bench presses. So your ears, the more time you put on those ears, the stronger they're gonna be and better they're gonna be able to be making decisions. So you can be like, you can get quick faster. I'm not saying that. You can lift every day or you can do other things, you know, training proper technique and all that stuff. That will help. But at the end of the day, your ears are a muscle. So sometimes using tricks like this to help you get there, it's also very efficient. You did that very fast. You know what I'm saying?
It was pretty quick. I mean, we didn't have a lot of sounds to be mixing in, but it was very fast. For me personally, I think that this would really, really help on larger sessions.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
The mix sessions that we have, that we get from clients where they have like 100, 200 sounds.
Right.
You know, this process is going to take a little bit longer, but it's gonna be consistent. This is a perfect way to get a really basic mix going as far as volume.
I think what's really cool too is this this project file you made using our own stuff. Why don't you talk about where the fuck that they can get this project file?
Yeah, so check it out, guys.
There's a lot of good sounds in here from our packs.
Really, really good bass house build drop. If you guys want to get this project file, you guys can actually become a patron on our Patreon and join our YouTube Legacy tier. It's very affordable, and you guys will have access to every project file that we have ever made on our YouTube channel. If you guys want Goosebumps, if you guys want Boombox Cartel, Slushy, all of the classic videos, even the Skrillex Humbles, all of that stuff, you guys can get that on our Patreon by signing up to the YouTube Legacy tier. We also have a VIP tier that has some really special stuff in it. We have a feedback tier that's like $5.
It's like $5, yeah.
Something crazy.
I'll give you detailed feedback too. Like
exactly. And for the first time ever, we have 2 goals that we are trying to hit on our Patreon. So our first goal is getting 500 dedicated patrons. And if we get 500 dedicated patrons, we are releasing an exclusive Patreon-only pack.
Yep.
It's going to be a big boy pack.
Big boy.
And
Or girl.
It's going to be huge. It's not going to be like a little $35 pack. It's going to be like
decent sized pack.
A very large
pack.
Talking
like at least over 100 presets and 250 sounds at least.
Exactly. And then our second tier is going to be when we reach 750 dedicated patrons. Patrons. And when we hit 750, we are going to be releasing a pack that may or may not have been released before in Excellent Sound history.
It's no longer available because
no longer
it was
available.
Exclusive release.
Exclusive release, and
so it will be exclusive for
everybody
patrons.
Everybody asks about it all the time, and we just say no. But
can't do it.
If we hit 750, that
patrons
may or may not happen.
They could probably get it. But
they probably will.
So 500 is the first goal. 750. Sign up for the Patreon to get all these sounds and the project file. We have everything all organized, all the presets, and then access to all of them like he was saying. We're also trying to hit 50K, bro. 50K subs.
Yeah, baby. 50K subs. It's going to be insane. We're on our way.
We're on our way. We said we would drop a free pack if we hit 50K subs.
We are preparing so much free content for you guys.
Yeah, we're working on a lot of stuff.
It is insane. We just got to hit these goals, and we're going to be right there.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys learned some stuff in this Pink Noise Just the Tips video.
Just the tips.
Make sure to like and subscribe. Drop a comment to see if you like pink noise, if you like brown noise, if you like white noise, whatever. Tell us what you guys like in the comments.
Make sure you guys are commenting and liking. If you could just do one thing and just comment on this video, it really helps the algorithm for YouTube for this video to get promoted, and it helps us out. So, if all it takes is just like a little type, like, type an L or whatever type of you know,
Yeah, give us a
comment
fire
something.
emoji.
Yeah, just something, because that really helps us out. So,
Yep.
yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys this Friday. Make sure.
Tune in.
Bye.
Songs the fucking gas.